of tokens. Two things that I used to look at. Is the token deployed? Yes, it's deployed. Let's look at it. Let's check it out. What's the supply? Is the supply the way they say it is? Are they building the community around it? Has it been listed? If it has not been listed, what's the plan? Let's discuss with developers. What's the plan? Is the plan doable? If it has been deployed, if it has been listed, we look at the liquidity. Who owns the liquidity? Is it the developers? It's a question of where was it listed? Is it on DEX exchanges or on CEX exchanges? By DEX, we mean decentralized exchanges. By CEX, CEX is CEX. That's centralized exchanges. DEX exchanges are the likes of Uniswap and all of that's like that. CEX are the likes of Bybit, Binance, Bybit, Binance, Crypto Rally, and all of those ones like that. Because CEX are exchanges that has a known control. The owners are the ones managing it. Yes. That's the CEX, like Bybit, like Binance, like BitGet, and others like that. So if you are deploying, if you are listing your tokens on CEX, definitely the owners of the tokens are the ones to provide liquidity. And one thing that gives one power that gives the owner of the community of the project is they can choose to remove their liquidity anytime, any day. The moment the liquidity is removed, what happens? What happens is that token becomes non-tradable in the markets. Mean you cannot trade that token again. You can't convert that token again. It is more or less like they have delisted the listing. Of course, eventually, once liquidity is removed, the exchange will automatically delist that token, meaning it will not appear on the exchange again. That means the entire power over the liquidity is in the hand of the owners of the project. So we look at the liquidity. Is the token genuine? Has it been deployed? Yes, it has been deployed. It's on blockchain. It's verifiable. That means the tokens that I have in my wallet, even the creators of the tokens does not have access to it. I can choose to do whatever I want with it. I can choose to take it to the market if it has been listed and then exchange it to Naira. Nobody is controlling that. Nobody has the right over my token because it's already in my wallet. So that is genuine. That is real. And then we look at the market where I can trade it. The liquidity that makes the token tradable on the market, who owns it? Is it the owner of the project that owns it or the community? If it is the owner of the project, then what comes is we look at the possibility of them removing their liquidity and then, leave us at, oh my God. You understand? They will leave you to just learn for yourself. It means the tokens you are holding becomes useless. But in most cases, in some cases where you now have the liquidity of the token belonging to the community, it means even the owners of the project does not have power over that liquidity. Means there are people, the liquidity providers that provided the liquidity. The power is in the hand of each of those liquidity providers. And they are the ones that can decide when they will remove their liquidity, if they will remove it or not. Meanwhile, providing liquidity is not free. Once you do it, it means as a liquidity provider, you earn from every transaction. If anybody buy anything, if anybody sell any of the token, if anybody buy and sell the token now, you earn commission, you earn fees from each of those transactions every day. So if you put $100,000 somewhere and it's generating, maybe you're not withdrawing daily, you're withdrawing every week, or every month, whichever way you want it, and it's generating $100,000 is generating maybe like $10,000 maybe like $5,000, maybe like $3,000 for you every week as a liquidity provider. What will you do? If you don't need that money, you leave it there because you are in full control. By the way, the liquidity that you provided, you cannot lose it. I hope you know that. It's your money. It's in your wallet. Just that you don't have access to it because you have put it in the pool. More or less like you have more or less like you have money in your account. And you now put it in your fixed deposit account. The only difference between this and fixed deposit account is that you don't have control over this. So we have locked liquidity pool. I mean, we have locked pool, we have open pool. What we have in BitTON is open pool, at least for now. You know, in your fixed deposit, you must sign agreement of when you will come back for the money. But the liquidity pool, you don't sign any account. You don't sign in open liquidity, you don't sign any deal. It's only in the locked liquidity pool that you sign deal. But on this, you don't sign, you just put your money in the liquidity as providers. And as long as transactions are happening on the peer every day, you are earning fees. That's commissions on your money. And if you feel like tomorrow I want to remove my money, you remove it. Just that once you remove your money from the pool, you stop getting any fees. You understand? Now, BitTON token has been deployed on 2 major exchanges, Thon and Base Network. We started from Thon, and then Base joined it, and then we are gradually migrating primarily to Base. Why? Because the base chain token is the one that is listed, and that is the token that can be easily migrated to our own blockchain that will be launched February ending. You understand? So it means BitTON token is tradable on the Uniswap exchange today, and that is the Base Network BitTON token. Highly tradable. Very tradable. Who are the owners of the liquidity on the Uniswap? It is me and you. I also have liquidity on that pool. I have liquidities in thousands of dollars on that pool. I know someone who has a liquidity of about $100,000 in that pool. I also have liquidity on that pool in thousands of dollars. And I can choose to remove it anytime. Meaning, even the developers, the owners of this project, does not have that capacity. They don't have that right. They don't have, it's not even about rights. They don't have the power. Because, you know, it is when you have the power that we'll be doing documents that will now restrict you from using the power, right? That's when we say you don't have the right to use that power that you have. But here in this case, they do not even have that power. They don't have the power. Each and every one of us that owns the token, that owns the fund in the pool, we are the ones that owns the power. And as long as tradings are going on, and as long as we are hitting our fees, nobody wants to take it. The only thing which is to our own advantage that the developers are doing, the miners of BitTON are doing, is that all of us that are providing liquidity, they are asking us to sign an agreement. And the agreement is simple. What's the agreement? The agreement is that I am providing this liquidity and I will leave it there for the next 3 months. I will not remove it. I will leave it there for the next 6 months. I will be the one to decide how long I want to leave it there. And then they will ask me to sign an agreement that I will not remove it. What's the benefit of the agreement? You earn and they pay you an extra fee apart from the normal fee that you are earning, that Uniswap is paying you for contributing to liquidity. Meaning, apart from the fees you are earning from the transactions, day-to-day transactions on Uniswap, you are also earning an additional fee from BitTON for providing that liquidity. BitTON does not need to do that, but they just did it to encourage everyone who are providing the liquidity to keep their funds in the pool for a long time. Like someone like me, I was speaking with them. I said, "Do you know you don't have to give us any extra encouragement? We are the community members. We are the ones that are holding the tokens in our hands. So if we are providing the liquidity, we are only helping our assets in our hand. We are only helping it to grow in value, which is what we want. Because the tokens I'm holding, I want it to grow in value. And if it grows in value, that is when I'm going to make more money from the value appreciation. Right? And then I now have the opportunity of providing liquidity that will help the market activities of the token to function well for value appreciation to come. And then I will also earn fees. It means for if 1 million transactions is happening, by the time, it means the more the community is expanding, the more people are buying that token, buying and selling that token on Uniswap. The more they do it, the more I earn because I provide liquidity. Meaning, instead of keeping my money in my bank, I can provide liquidity and I just fold my hands. And so as people are buying BitTON and they are selling BitTON every day, thereabouts, I am earning from that transaction charges, that gas fee that you guys are paying. I am earning from it. I'm earning from it. I'm earning from it just because I put my money there. And I can withdraw my fees every day. I can withdraw my fees every week. Like for me, I withdraw my fees at the end of each month. Last month, I think I have around $200 thereabouts in December. January is going now, it's already piling up. At the end of January, I pull up my fees. My pool is there. As a matter of fact, I am currently working on, I have my BTN on ground. I'm currently working on USDT based that will match up that because if you are providing liquidity, if you want to provide liquidity of $5,000, you must have 2,500 BTN, 2,500 USDT because the pair is BTN USDT. So we provide liquidity. If you want to do 10,000, you have 50%, which is 5,000 BTN, 50%, which is 50% in USDT, and then you provide $10,000 liquidity. So I'm already working again on providing another liquidity. I already have 3 positions. Means I've provided liquidity 3 times, different one, 3 times, different prices. And you can do as low as $50, $25 BTN, $25 in USD. You can do even as low as $10, $5. You can do it. Just that you can't compare what you'll be earning to what, but you can be sure that your BTN, you cannot lose it. Your dollar, you cannot lose it. Anytime you want your money, you can pull it out. So if we are looking at how genuine is the token, how real is the token? Yesterday, someone was talking about rock pooling. And it's kind of unfortunate that a person was saying, I studied cryptocurrency. And I was saying, if you studied cryptocurrency, there are lots of things that we should understand. And we should learn not to look at every opportunity like the one we have experienced before. Yoruba will say, if we say we should close our eyes for bad person to pass, before you open it, good person would have followed. That's why you don't agree that because one man is bad in a family, the entire family is bad. You don't agree that because you have lost. Let me give us an instance. As at the time that BitTON token came in April 2025, in the last 5 years, I have not promoted any trading platform. And I did that intentional. I was focusing on cryptocurrency. And so January last year, a trusted person brought a system. He was the one in communication with the owners. I just didn't bother because I trusted that person. And then we started promoting. By March, that project had an issue. They wanted to start running like a Ponzi. And that is what I don't like. If I bring people into project, they must not lose money. You can't be running like a Ponzi. If you have issues, let us know and let us resolve it. They choose not to, and then they locked us out. They locked the entire system out, and then they went away. We started processing, we started legal action against them, and then we move and stuff like that. So as at the time this BitTON came in April, it was a time that I should say no to all projects. Someone like me should say no to all projects because it was a very tough time. But because you cannot decide, you cannot say the entire family is bad because one of them is bad. No. So if a project is bad, that is that project. If another project comes, you've got to look into it well. And that's exactly what we did with BitTON. We came with BitTON with a lot of scrutiny. We want to understand every bit of how it to be done. Especially because the token has not been deployed then. We stayed very close with developers. And then we made a request that you will make your, for the very first time in history, we know that in the cryptocurrency world, developers of tokens they always, for security reasons, always hide their faces. But this one, if you know what you're doing is real, you will not AI, not a pre-recorded video. No, you will show us everything real life. The power plant that BitTON is talking about today, it was in our third meeting that we made that decision. Pavel never knew they were going to ask. He never knew they were going to ask. It was on that meeting that we said, "Where are you?" He said, "Okay, I'm in my house." Where is the Chapenkov energy? He said, "It's not far from my house. It's just, can you stand up from where you are? Don't off your video and just walk us from your house to the Chapenkov energy." And he said, "Yes." That's a green light. He stood up immediately with his device, carried his laptop. We were seeing it as we were moving. We've been in this for some time to understand when AI is working and when something is real. And he was able to show us real life, the Chapenkov energy. We saw the solar farm. We saw all of those things. There are videos of this meeting. And then we discovered that these are real people that make project. That is not the entire head of it. And then we followed through until when the token is deployed. That's why today you can follow BitTON tokens anywhere, anytime. You can check it out. BitTON token is real. It's not an abstract. It's not one of those that you have seen before. It's not one of those that you have lost your money in it before. Many of us have BitTON tokens in our wallet, a good number of it. And I'm sure you know that if the tokens that you have in, even all those bad tokens, all those bad projects that you have been part of, they are tokens that you have in your hand. It's still yours. The owners of those tokens cannot remove it from your wallet. If anybody comes tomorrow and then choose to build a project on that token, and then choose to create a demand for that token. There was a token that someone 2 years ago just chose to build a project on it because he has a lot of that tokens. You understand? And he also wants to make money. So what he did was to create a product, a digital product, and valued it very high. But it is a high demand product. And then the only currency he was collecting is that token that is not doing well. That token that is not doing well was the only currency he was collecting. You know what he did? Because that token was listed. That token was listed. Just that it wasn't doing well. So what he did was to start collecting that token. And then because people want to get his product, people rush to go and buy that token. And the value of that token moves from 0.000, almost 40 in the front, and then 12. The token moved from that lowest rate and moved back to $10. Just because this guy was collecting this token. In fact, the owners of the token, it was after the token has gone back to $7, was when the owners of the token now woke up and now saw that their token is moving up without them doing anything. You know what they did? They came back to that token and then they burnt 90% of their supply. They burnt 90% of their supply, and that was how they were able to sustain the price of that token. So they create intentional scarcity for the token. So the token since then never went below $5. Never. Because they also now begin to create products, systems. They start creating other products, other projects that are accepting their previous tokens. People were rushing into it, and then value of tokens, they created value for their token. Do you understand what I just explained? It means all those dead tokens in your hand, the reason why they are not doing well is because majority of them has no cap. That's the very first question. The second thing is majority of them has billions of tokens. They have too much supply. There is nothing like scarcity in that project. And you can be sure that it takes a lot. Even the almighty TWT, you can go and read this. TWT belongs to Trust Wallets. Just of recent, in November or December, TWT burnt 90% of their tokens. TWT has been around for many years. You know that TWT is still crawling. Less than $1. What did they do last year? They burnt 90% of their tokens and then created a cap for it. They have a cap before, but it runs in, I think, hundreds of millions or billions or thereabouts. So they burnt 90% of their tokens. You can read about that, even on your Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet now belongs to Binance anyways. They burnt 90% of their tokens just to create scarcity for their coins. Not to now talk of, even in that their 10%, they are still more than 21 million. Not to now talk of BitTON that has just 21 million cap. And there are lists of used cases piling up. Used cases piling up for BitTON. Used cases, good used cases. Someone was saying that, okay, if you say play to end game, we've seen a lot of play to end game. Hamster Combat came, and I said, I don't want to drag Hamster Combat. Hamster Combat was not intended to even do well. You would know from the beginning. You understand? It was just a game to test what's happening. That game is not a good one. You understand? But I am not dragging the issue of the play to end game. Yes, I know that play to end game is going to do a lot. Just like I analyzed yesterday on WhatsApp, the play to end game. You need BitTON tokens to buy a lot of things within the game from $3, from 3 BitTONs upward. From 3 BitTONs upward. If we have just 1 million people that are playing the game, and they need to buy one avatar every day, that's 3 BitTON. It means we will have a demand for 3 million BitTONs every day. What effect will that have on our value? That demand. What effect will it have? I am not talking about that. I am majorly. My major is on our blockchain. Our iPod blockchain. That's the native blockchain of BitTON. When it is launched, it means every transactions, every gas fee payment on the iPod chain will be handled with BTN tokens, meaning anybody who is building any project at all on that chain are going to be needing BTN. What that means, it means there will be demand for BTN. That demand will be forever as long as the blockchain is existing. It will be there forever. It will be there forever, meaning organically, just like the price of BitTON is moving, it will keep on moving to that level. So just as a recap, remember where we are coming from, that if you see a project, you look into it deeply, you open your eyes deeply, and then you look into it. Is the token genuine? Don't be, I mean, is it not like that project that gave you bad experience, where they said it is a token, but the project ran for several years and the token was never deployed. To be deployed, was what you were earning for 1 year, almost 1 year, several months thereabout, and the token, not until when the project collapsed, and then you are asking you, where's your token? And you are saying, is on that token is on the website that they shut down. They're now saying, token is not supposed to be on the website. Do you have it in your wallet? Where's your wallet? The wallet is on the website that they shut down. That's not wallet. That is not wallet. That's not wallet. If I build a website for you, I have my back end of the website. If you created an account on the website, I have access to my database. Everything, every account you have created, every details you have, I have access to it. Everything you are seeing in the front, I can alter it from the back end. The only way you cannot alter the movement of the tokens is when the token has been deployed on the blockchain, which is a public ledger. Once it has been deployed, it becomes a validated, it becomes a real token. It becomes a real token. Is it every token on blockchain that did well? No. And the reason is not because they are not real tokens. It is because listing token, it's because deploying tokens alone does not guarantee value creation. You will notice that on our day 2 and day 3, I explained how value is being created. One of those, I never stated deployment of token as a way, as a method of value creation. No, because it's not part of it. Because it's not part of it. I never, because it's not part of it. Deployment of token is more or less like creating the token. It's creating the token. That is completely different from value, from creating value for the token. Very different. Those are two different things. But the first step is that the token is deployed. It makes it a real token, meaning you can have that token to yourself. That currency can come to you and becomes your currency. The creator of it does not, you now have power on your currency or your asset. It is yours. And you can trace that transaction anywhere, anytime on the blockchain. The next thing is, do they create value for the token? What are the use cases? Use cases are projects, business that will make use of the token, that will bring demand, because the foundation thing that creates value for the token is demand. Every currency must have something, must have a usefulness. For instance, if I'm selling this pen and I say, for me to sell this pen, the only currency I'm collecting is BTN tokens. I've just created a use case for the token. Because if you must get my pen, you go and buy the BTN tokens and come and give to me. So every currency must have that. Do they have use cases? They are use cases. Is it not something that will work for a while and then disappear? Is the token listed? Where is it listed? On the CEX or on the DEX? Who owns the liquidity? Who has the rights? I hope today we have gotten the points. You don't just look into tokens. You don't just buy into tokens. You check where. A token that is not deployed on blockchain, that does not have contract address, is not yet a token. It is still a dream that has not come true. And anything can happen. The first foundation is that the token is deployed. then we can be talking about has it been audited. Now, when we're talking about has it been audited, it is because we are trying to prevent or to defend ourselves from rug pulling. What do we call rug pulling? Rug pulling happens when we have limited supply of the tokens in the hand of the community, and we have the majority of the tokens in the control of the developers. Maybe in personal wallet, maybe you created, for instance, maybe 25 million token is created, and then instantly they have shared, developers, maybe 2 or 3 of them have shared some part of the token into their own different wallets. Maybe developer A has gotten 20% of the token, developer B has gotten, the token is 21 million, developer B has gotten 3 million, developer A has gotten 5 million, developer C has gotten almost 10 million in the hand of the developers. And the 10 million is now what they are distributing to community members. Meaning, if as the community member is buying the token, as they are promoting it as you are buying the token, they can come back one day and dump all of those that they have in their hand. They just click a sell button on the exchange and just say they want to sell all of it. That's a sell order. It means immediately, supply will be more than demand. And so the price will crash down, and then they will get all the money from the system, and then they run away. That's what they call rug pulling. But in a system like BitTON, where even the developers does not even have access even to our meeting vault, because the only thing that triggers distributions in BitTON is staking. That's the only thing that triggers distribution in staking. That's why you see some people say, okay, let's look at their code. The code of BitTON is clear, both on Tom and on base, very clear. They will say, let's look at their black paper, let's look at their white paper, let's look at their roadmap and all of those things because we want to prevent rug pulling. Some will say, how many percent does the developers hold? How do they hold it? Is it vested? Vested means, is it locked up for a period of time? What we call vesting is the token is in a wallet and it is locked for a particular period of time. Just like the vesting wallet by a balance in your own BitTON account that is locked for 180 days. Even developers cannot unlock it until 180 days. It will unlock by it. That is how the contract has been deployed. It will unlock by itself after 180 days. And that is how it has been programmed. Today, I have opened our eyes to how to check out cryptocurrencies, and I've shown us vital actions to look at, vital points to check. Is the token deployed? What is the cap? What is the total supply? What is the total supply of the token? How many tokens will be minted? How many tokens will be supplied? We are seeing the same thing. Has the token been listed? If yes, on what exchange? Is it DEX? That's the centralized exchange, or CEX? That's centralized exchanges. DEX are exchanges like Uniswap and all of those that does not have central control. CEX are exchanges that have central control, like Bybit, like Binance, like BitGet, and all of those. Why are we asking that particular question? Because if you are listing on CEX, the owners of the project are likely to be the one that provide liquidity, except they hire the services of liquidity providers, agencies, organizations. We have those who are functioning like that in the crypto industry. All they do is to provide liquidity, huge ones, and then they control the transactions. If the owners are the one that owns the liquidity, they can decide one day to provide the liquidity, and then the token becomes useless in your hand. But if it is on DEX, it is likely that the liquidity will be open to the public, just like we have in BitTON, where me and you can provide liquidity. It means the power and the control of the market of BitTON is in our hand. The developers even cannot come tomorrow and remove our liquidity. No. Pavel cannot come tomorrow and remove our liquidity. No. He doesn't have control. It's in our wallet. I am the one that can decide when I want to remove my liquidity. And why do I remove? Because I'm earning my fees every day. So why do I remove? Because I'm earning from every transaction that is happening on our peer, on every buy and sell of BitTON tokens on the Uniswap every day. I am earning a fee from it. Why? Because I provide liquidity. Any one of us too can do that. And that pushes the control of the market into our hand. You understand? So it depends. Is it listed? Is it on DEX? Who provides the liquidity? Who has control over the liquidity? The question of is the token real has been answered because it is real. You can trace it anywhere, anytime. In fact, in the case of BitTON, the almighty coin market cap that everybody revered so much that if you don't see any token of coin market cap, it's not real. They themselves picked BitTON tokens without registering with them. If you want to list a token, you go and register with CoinMarketCap and then ask them to monitor your tokens and then list it on their platform. Without engaging them, they picked up BitTON token and then they begin to monitor it themselves. And today on the CoinMarketCap, you can see BitTON tokens there. They are monitoring the activities of BitTON tokens from the Uniswap. They are monitoring it. And you can even start to put it there that this token is not registered with us. If you want them to remove that now, BitTON will just go and meet them and say, you know what, we thank you for monitoring, for helping the community to know the genuine token and non-genuine token. That's why you are monitoring us to show people. We will thank you. Now let's register with so that you can remove this tag. If you don't remove it, it doesn't matter. It has served its purpose that everybody knows CoinMarketCap to be trustworthy in terms of monitoring real and active cryptocurrency. You understand? And you can go on our groups. I'm going to still repost all those how do I put it? All those desk screeners that are themselves following. Aave is there, Deskrena itself is there, CoinMarketCap is there. In fact, the almighty Bybit digital wallet and Binance digital wallet, yes, is also following BTN tokens. Though it was BTN that asked them, that engaged them, so that their digital wallets can work with the project. Do you know that today you can keep BTN, you can choose to keep BTN tokens on Binance digital wallets? Yes, it's acceptable. Binance digital wallet is acceptable for BTN tokens. And that has been there for more than 2 or 3 months, more than 2 months now. Since November or October or so, it has been there. And they have been following. Every details, full real details of BitTON tokens can be seen on Binance, can be seen on CoinMarketCap, can be seen on Aave and Deskrena. I will post all of those lists on our group, and then all of us can follow it from there. I have shown you today how to see genuine tokens, how to check them out, simple ways to check them out. The only complications I've not made is in terms of the code, how to check the code. And I've also shown you what would have been complicated I've made simple today is in terms of how to know which wallet, how do they share the token. Any token where you are seeing that from the beginning, the developer A has gotten his own share, developer B has gotten his own share. Please talk to yourself several times before going into it. Why? Because you must be afraid of rug pulling. Rug pulling. In projects where the total control of the project is solely 100% in the hands of developers, you must be very careful. Even if they want to do good, but by the time they say good money, anything can change. Don't forget that money is crazy. Anything can change. So you must be careful. Today, I have shown us how to be safe in this cryptocurrency space. And I've used BitTON that we have been studying for the past 6 days as a perfect example. And I think now you know why I am passionate about BitTON. You know why I'm saying the moment WhatsApp game is launched this week, this new week, you would see changes. I'm not saying you see changes instantly, because the moment the game is launched, that's when marketing about the game will now start. People will now start seeing the game, and then people will be coming gradually. As they are coming, there will be demand on the Uniswap for BitTON tokens. And what that means is there will be value, gradual organic value acquisition. And after that, our web applications for BitTON also follows. Meaning, just as you have your account on Telegram, you can also have your account on the web. Meaning, BitTON is now standing alone on the web application. Do you know what that means? What that means? Don't forget that what's listed on CoinMarketCap is the base chain BTN. It means you can now begin to stake using both the base BTN and the TON BTN. You know what that means? It means if you buy BTN directly from the market, Uniswap, you can swap it. I mean, you can stake it. And once you stake it, every Tuesday as you are withdrawing, you can take it to the market straight and go and buy and go and sell it for USDT, and then exchange the USDT for your dollar, I mean for your Naira or for your CDs and whatever, and then go and spend it. It means all the barrier of the bridge is coming to an end gradually. Do you understand what that means? And I hope that you're getting me when I say these coming weeks, the very first quarter of this year is going to be great, because our value appreciation for BitTON token begins massively. First with the launch of the WhatsApp, which will create one of the very first major demand in the market. Someone is asking, what was the fate of those of us who are holding the TON? Because TON Foundation owns the infrastructure on which we are operating currently, there is no way that they can allow base network BTN to be used for staking on Telegram. So BitTON must stand alone, so that you will be able to use base network BTN to stake. Do you get that? To stake. And it is when there is demand, there is more activity in the market, activities that is enough to cater for our bridge response. That's when bridging from TON to base can move faster. Because there are activities. If you bridge from TON to base, what are you doing? You want to bridge from TON to base, and then you go and sell in the market. If you bridge and then you get your base network and then you get to the market, who do you want to sell to? So they must create a demand in the market, so that the moment you send to the bridge now, in seconds you have your BTN base chain and base chain BTN, and then you can do, if you want to stake it in base chain or you want to take it to the market, you can do it straight, because there's already demand that will suck up what you have gotten. And that's why we say the monopoly of BitTON, of TON, the TON Foundation itself is much, and it does not support a decentralized system. And so gradually we are moving gradually into the base ecosystem. As you will be able to, we are already able to bridge our TON tokens, our TON-based BTN tokens, into base network, and gradually we are moving. What I did tonight, these few minutes that I'm handing, was intentional. That is I just gave us an update of where the system is heading to in few days or in few weeks, and what it means to this economy. And I hope that you will use this information very seriously. If I were you, you would use this time to accumulate as much BitTONs as possible. And like I used to say, there's no pressure. This is not pressure. The decision is completely yours. You can choose to wait. You can choose to keep watching while we are making money. And you can choose to position yourself early now and be ready for the value appreciation that we're talking about. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. And I hope that by now you have gained a whole lot of things tonight, and you can now make an informed decision on your BitTON project. Now you can decide if you want to acquire more BitTON. You can decide if you want to throw away your BitTON in any amount to those who will snatch it away from you. If you want to prepare yourself, get yourself ready for the launch of the web interface of BitTON, so that by then you are able to quickly begin to position yourself into staking in the base chain BTN. You understand? So that as you are withdrawing every Tuesday, you can approach the market. If I were you, I'll prepare myself. I will prepare myself. Tonight, you've also learned about the liquidity pool. And then you will be able to make an informed decision. If you want to join the pool, just put your money there, and then you are getting the fees every day. You can choose to withdraw every day, or you can choose to withdraw every week. You can choose to withdraw every month like I do. So if I put some money there that I can take anytime I want it, I can withdraw anytime I want it, and every month it's generating $100 or $200 for me, I think I'm good. I'm good. So any money I don't want to use, I just go and provide it as liquidity. It's there, and I'm fine. And it's bringing money for me every day. This is dollar. It's not reducing in value. Don't forget that another interesting thing about liquidity is when I'm providing half, 50% in USDT, 50% in dollars. Do you know that my USDT is there? The value of that my USDT that I put there is also increasing the market. So anytime I take out my USDT, and the value of BTN I put there is increasing dollar in the market. So anytime I pull out my BTN, I can go to the market and go and enjoy the market benefits. And I know that this night you have also understood the benefit of providing liquidity. By God's grace, I include discussion with some big men in Nigeria who are already showing massive interest in the liquidity provision, and we're working with them closely. Tomorrow we have one very important meeting with someone who is preparing to provide liquidity of $50,000. Another we have on Monday, and all of this we are going to work with. And I'm sure you know these are people. This person we are finalizing tomorrow. This person has an experience of over 14 years in the cryptocurrency industry. This person understands cryptocurrency, and he has taken 2 weeks extensively to study BitTON. And I tell you for a fact that if he has not seen light in BitTON, do you think he would have decided without stress? He never asked for any assurance. He just asked that I provide every document, every access for him to study and ask questions. Then I provided him access, including direct discussion with the developers. where he wasn't asking them for assurance. He was only asking them those technical questions that he has jotted down. Was what he just told them, I have 20 questions for you. All of them are technical. And Ivan said, I'm ready for you. Ask it. He was asking, and Ivan was giving him technical answers. He asked all of his 20 questions, and he was treated in less than 30 minutes. And that was why he called the meeting for tomorrow, where he intends to start buying his BTN tokens and then gather his USDT, convert his USDT from the normal Tether into the base network USDT so that he can provide liquidity. $50,000. That's not a small money. And for someone to decide that I want to do that by himself, I never sugarcoat him. I never even treat BitTON to him. He was the one that asked, has it been listed? Yes. Open or close liquidity? I said open liquidity. Oh, why? Give me everything and I will study it. And I gave it to him. And he studied himself. He came back to say, I want to provide liquidity first. And I hope that you understand that. I don't want to say more than that. And I hope that you can also take advantage of it, because I've taught you, I've given you everything tonight, and I hope that you take the advantage and you make good use of it. Thank you so much for having me tonight. Thank you, Dotman, the engineer Dotun, our own engineer Dotun. Thank you so much for showing up again tonight. I was thinking you should be tired from your journey. Thank you for showing up. Mr. Amzat, it's been a few days that we've seen you. Thank you for showing up again. Our able Mr. Tunde Adigboro, every blessed day you have been showing up. You have been working with us every day to make sure that, yes, things are working fine. Thank you so much, Mr. Akoni Adam Adeleke, Dr. Poju. Hey, thank you so much for having you around today. Madam Grace, thank you. Oladipo Michael, Ozara Samson, Val Sam, every blessed day you've been here. Zilites, I'm saying thank you for coming back again, Zilites. It's been you and you and you every day. Yes, I know you came late, but at least that you showed up. Yes, it's a good one. Today is day 6, and every day you have been here. Mr. Today, I hope you've taken attendance for today. Something amazing I announced yesterday. Yesterday, I announced yesterday that consistency is going to be rewarded. Consistency is going to be rewarded. Some people have been here all the days, from day 1 to day 6 today, and they will be rewarded. Some people were here till the end of the meeting yesterday. Yesterday, we spent several minutes after 9, and they were here till the end of the meeting. And they were also going to be, by God's grace, the instructions on how to get your reward will be posted on the group immediately after this meeting, where those who have been consistent by God's grace will get a reward of $9 BitTON. nine BitTON tokens by God's grace. That will be your benefit for being available for 6 days. Every day, you get $9 BitTON tokens from me to you to say thank you for showing up every day. That token is for you to deposit back, to stake back into your account so that it can bring in more BitTONs for you. Because we are in the journey to acquire as much BitTON as possible. For me, I just want to acquire 1 million tokens. By the time I have 1 million tokens, I'll be fine. I'll be sure that forever and ever, yes, I am fixed. So 9 BitTON tokens for all of them. 9 BitTON tokens should give you $20.25. I'm giving you $20 as a thank you for being around from Monday till now. 6 days you have been around. Thank you so much. For those who stayed to the end of yesterday's meeting, you're going to get 3 BTN. You're going to get 3 BTN. And 3 BTN should give you almost $7, I think. Yes, that's 6.75 for staying to the end of this meeting. Instruction on how to get your reward will definitely be posted on all our groups. I just want you to receive that gift with love from us. And then make sure you follow the instructions. And then when you receive your gift, your reward, please go back to the group and post your testimony. And when you take it, you add it into your BitTON account. Also go back to the group with screenshots and a testimony. And I hope that through these rewards, through these tokens, you would use it judiciously and it will turn to something massive for you. The list of those who are getting the reward will be posted on the group, and an instruction how to get also be posted on the group. There is one thing, just one thing, that I desire of us all, and that thing is that you keep bringing your downlines, your prospects to this meeting. Every day we'll be discussing about cryptocurrency, and we'll be discussing BitTON.ai as a project. I know that as we are learning every day, I've taught us in 5 days that consistency matters. What you should be doing is that you should be attending every meeting. You should be listening to every meeting, and you should be here learning every day. You don't have to wait until you have learned everything before you start. Learn. And then the one that you have learned, use it. Relax. Rest on the power of leverage. And then leverage on people around you. Be consistent in the meeting, and you will learn a lot. Please be close to information about BitTON. I am urging you. Be close to information, and you will be glad you did. I'll be stopping here tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me. I don't know if we have 1 or 2 questions.